you for joining us for this webinar. I will be doing a series of these, and at the end of this presentation I'll give you an email where you can email me a request to be put on our list to be notified of these things, and also for a couple of downloads that are available. The pictures you see here are a couple of pictures of our ranch here in West Texas. Actually, our ranch has three different locations. The one on the left is actually the entry to our main home. It's 83 acres and it's our ranch headquarters. The one on the right is a picture from near the front porch of our ranch in Dickens County, over 2,000 acres of incredible, beautiful canyon lands. And I use this because one day as I was walking into our ranch, and I had to stop, pull up the gate, and we've got the gate ranch locked, and there's a combination there. And this ranch was one of my dreams. I grew up working on other people's farms, and one of my dreams was to have a ranch of my own someday, and Primerica enabled me to do that. And as I was dialing in the combination to the lock that day, I thought, you know what? It's just like Primerica. There's a combination that allows you to unlock the door to your dreams. There's a combination that allows you to do that. And I just got to think about what is the combination that allows you to unlock the dreams to your Primerica dream. And as I was dialing in those numbers, I thought, well, of course, it's 8531. And we often put combination locks on things that are important. Only special people want to get into them. And so the basis of this webinar, of this session tonight, today, whatever, is to talk about the combination 8531. If you've been around a while, you've heard that. Talking about 8 appointments, 5 FNAs, 3 product sales, and 1 recruit. And these are pretty much averages that we've seen over the years. If you go out there and consistently work, you're going to see these things happen. The key is to apply these numbers to a law of large numbers and within a time frame that will make things happen for you. So I want to give you a few unique perspectives, some different ways to look at this, not only in your own personal activity, but also looking at your team from an 8531 standpoint. And you're going to, some amazing numbers happen when we put those things together. I applied these numbers. Well, before we get there, out in West Texas, we got the deal, you know, ranching, just get her done. If it's a tough job, just get her done. So I wrote a poem on just get her done, the 8531 system. What does it take to get her done? The answer's found in 8531. You do that, and you'll be on your way to RVP. Full or part-time, this is it. If you're committed and will not quit. 8531 is what you must do. No more excuses. It's up to you. You can do it in a week, or maybe 2, or 30 days. It's up to you. Either way, it must be done. The key to success is 8531. There have been others. They've gone before. 8531's what opened the door. You can just sit there and wish it were done, or you can make it happen. 8531. And just, you know, a little poem. Actually, I'm releasing a book this fall called Random Notes from a Messy Desk and Creative Thoughts from a Cluttered Mind. And the creative thoughts portion includes a lot of different poems. This one will probably not be in there because it is so explicitly business related. People outside Primerica wouldn't have a clue what's going on with that one. So here's the game plan. 8531. It's real simple. You set 8 appointments, 5 FNAs, 3 product sales, 1 recruit. Now the neat thing is after you've got that 1 recruit, then this 8531 happens through them. Here's the key though. You decide the time frame. That's what everybody's got to do. And you've got a multiplicity of people in your team. You got people at different levels. So as a coach, what you got to do, you got to decide where you fit. Now let me tell you this. If you're a full-timer, that's got to be you once every week. You got career-minded part-timers. Those folks are wanting to get this thing going, make a career happen every 2 weeks. A serious part-timer, maybe once a month. And a spare timer every 2 months. And we've all got a lot of those spare timers around. What we've got to do is figure out where our teammates fit and get them to decide where they fit and make a commitment to the level that they're at. I looked at my team one day and I just looked at the different people we had and I said, what if I built my team around 8531? What if I looked at my team? Let's say I could find 8 reps who would do this every 3 months. Now that doesn't seem like a whole lot, but hey, I got reps that aren't doing it every year. So if I can find 8 reps that do it every 3 months, 5 reps that do it every month, 2 months, 3 reps that will do it once a month, and me as the leader do it once a week. And this should always be you. You don't. If you're the leader, you're the RVP, you're your team leader, and you're full time. You've got to be the one that sets the pace to do it once a week. Look at these monthly results. Phenomenal. Build a team like that, and you've got 97 appointments being set, 60 FNAs being completed, 36 income protection plans with based on national company averages, $28,800 in submitted bonusable premium. That'll bring you in a pretty sizable bonus. I don't know those bonus figures right off, but I think that's certainly at least a 20% bonus. So you got a $5,600 bonus at least. You got 11 new recruits to start this process with the next month. So it's incredible. If you just look at your team, instead of looking at, man, I got all these part-timers aren't doing anything. Hey, frankly, I'd love to have 10 people do it once every year that aren't doing anything right now. But so you can look at it not only as personal activity, but as a framework from which to build your team. Or let's say you've got maybe a stronger team. You got 8 reps doing it every 2 months, 5 reps doing it once a month, 3 reps doing it every 2 weeks, 1 doing it every week. Look at the results here. $45,000 in submitted bonusable premium, 152 appointments, 95 FNAs, 57 income protection plans, 20 recruits. That doesn't count what you're doing outside, your other products, and goodness gracious, we got so many other products that change families. But a little bit of focus where everybody's thinking the same thing. Imagine what would happen on your team if everybody was thinking 8531. The only difference between the different team members is the time frames they're thinking about it in. And this is what I did. I kind of sit down and said, what kind of time commitment does it take to complete 8531? I figured give yourself an hour to set 8 appointments. 10 hours to take 5 FNAs. You go out to the family, you sit down, make your presentation, get involved with them. That may be a little long, but it takes me about 2 hours to fully do an appointment where I'm doing a complete FNA and getting to know the client. Prep time to input those 5 FNAs, I found it takes me about an hour to input them, make the adjustments, personalize them for the clients. Then you got 5 carrybacks. You figure 2 at no sales, about an hour. If somebody's not going to do anything, it doesn't take you over an hour to figure that out. You got 1 hour at 3 sales, and that equals 8 hours. So you're talking then one hour for that recruit. So I'm figuring about 25 total time, actual hours in front of the kitchen table. So if you're a full-timer and you're spending 25 hours doing that, that leaves you plenty of time in your week for processing, prospecting, doing your meetings and other things. And frankly, if you're a full-timer, you're probably putting in 50 to 70 hours a week anyway. Now, a goal minus plus a plan plus action plus a deadline, and that's what the time frame does. It gives people a deadline to fit this into. That equals reality. A goal minus a plan minus action minus a deadline is a daydream. We've all been in meetings right here. What's your goal for this month? What's your goal? I'm going to do 5 sales and recruit 5 people. Hey, you know what? If they don't have a plan, the action, and a deadline, they're just daydreaming about that goal. So here's your goal, 8531. That's the goal. What's the plan? How are you going to do it? That's all a plan is. How am I going to do it? Well, it's really not that difficult. Number 1, you make a contact. A lot of ways to do that. A lot of training on POL to tell you how to do that. Number 2, you set the appointment. Number 3, you keep the appointment. You make the presentation. Number 5, you take the FNA and you set the return appointment. It's amazing how many people fail to set the return appointment before they leave the house. They go back home, they get all the stuff together, then they call the client. You've got to set that return appointment before you ever leave the first appointment. You've got to prepare the client for the warm introductions. The fizz cards, that's just a little deal we use on our team called Friendly Introduction System. It's whatever you're using to collect names and get that client to introduce you. For us, it's a little company-approved letter. We just reprinted it on a little card that kind of looks like a wedding invitation kind of fold-over card. And it says personal invitation from the individual. We mail that. It's just a little simple system we've got. Maybe I'll do a presentation on that one night. Might be something you can use. But and then you go back and you keep the carry-back appointment. By the way, let me say this on number 5. We don't ever use the word warm referral. We don't ever use the word referrals when we're dealing with a client. Or at least I try to teach my team not to do that. So many people They have an aversion to that, giving their friends' names as referrals, because it's always related to somebody trying to sell something. The phraseology we use is this: if we can help you, if we're going to show you not help you, here's the question we have for you. If you're really helped by what we do, are there people in your life you care enough about that you would want them to have the same opportunity to be helped that you've been given? Let me give you an example on that. We had a lady went out, she did a program, she came back, she said, Bill, they wouldn't give me any names. I asked them for referrals, and they said, we thank you for what you did, but we just made a commitment years ago. We're not going to give any of our friends' names out as referrals. I said, that's fine. When you take the program back, and you take the policy back, and you present it to them, just ask them, did it help them? Just look them in the eye and say, did this help your family? Does this improve your family situation? When they say yes, look them straight in the eye and ask this question. This helped you, so I want to ask you this. Are there people in your life you care enough about that you want them to have the same opportunity to be helped that you've been given? She came back that night with 25 names. She came in so excited. She said, I can't believe it. They wouldn't give me any referrals, but when I asked them that question, they gave me 25 names. Number 6, keep the carryback appointment. Number 7, present the FNA, take the application, complete your warm introduction system. Number 8, recruit the client. Number 9, repeat the process. Folks, it's not a complicated business. It's simple. 9 simple steps. If you repeat these steps through 8531, you go out and do 8531. I don't know, you may be dead in the water. You may not have anybody on your team right now. Hey, you go do 8531. You got one person on your team. You take them through the process. Now they've got one person on their team, and you've got another person on your team. It's a simple, workable plan. Easy, no. Simple, yes. What do you need to do? What do you need to do now? You need to take inventory. Sit down, look at everybody you've got on your team. Those are your resources, your people. How many directs? How many downlines? How many licensed reps? How many unlicensed reps? You need to evaluate the players. As a coach, you're doing a depth chart, and then challenge them to get in the game. Maybe meet with them individually and go over this 8531 with them, and then ask them to make a commitment to a certain level of activity. We'll talk about that here, I think, in just a second. Then you inventory your names. How many contacts do you have? One of the things that I'm using, I got it from Danny Alonzo, is the little 4 minutes to financial freedom. It's a simple little tool. You sit down with a new associate, and the idea is to get as many names from them as 4 minutes, and it's a timed event. The thing I love about it being a timed event, they don't have time to start thinking about qualifying those people. One of the challenges in getting names from people when you're training a new recruit is, if you do this too slowly, they start in their mind evaluating, and they're disqualifying people before you ever give them their names, and you don't want that. You want the names, we'll qualify them. So this little 4-minute deal is so good. And you got right at the top, the record's 132. Can you break the record today? I did this Saturday morning. We had a little meeting for our team. We don't have a real big team right now, working on that. But we had about 40 people. We took 1 minute. We handed everybody out one of the 4 minutes to financial freedom. We took 1 minute, and in 1 minute with those people, we came up, and these are people already in the business. We came up with more than 1,000 names. More than names. Some of these people were just amazed at how many names they had that they hadn't talked to. We'll talk about that, and I think I've got the 4 minutes financial freedom will be available. Look at your schedule. Start making things happen by scheduling the necessary activity. Okay, let me click and move on here. And then you do it till the job gets done. When we're talking about scheduling an activity, I'm going to go back up here and see if I can pull up I don't know where I'm at, but here's the point. You've got to sit down with your people, and you've got to challenge them, find out where they fit. What's your deadline? That's the point. When you sit down with an individual, the point here is, what is your deadline? Are you going to do it in a week? That's if you're serious. That's if you're a full-timer. Career part-timer, do it in 2 weeks. A month, only you can decide. But whatever you decide, just do it and do it and do it till the job gets done. If you do it, it's because you want to. You know, we run a volunteer army. People are in this business because they want to. They're going to do it if they want to. If you don't do it because you don't want to do it. You can give me all the excuses you want. But if you don't go out and do 8531 in a time frame that you've chosen, it's not because you've got a lot of excuses, just simply because you don't want to do it. Because you know what? People find a way to do what they want to do. I can't do it for you. It's up to you. What do you want? One of the things that we've got that'll be helpful to you, and I don't think you can see this very good, but we put together a little goal planning and commitment worksheet. Basically asks for name, solution number, day's date. And I don't know if I can zoom in on this a little bit more. But it says this is my business, and the commitment is mine to make. I will make the commitment that I feel I can stick with. I will make the commitment that will build my business in the time frame I feel is right for me. The whole 8531 process takes 25 hours. Decide which time frame you wish to work in. And then it says, I will track my results each day and each week. I will adjust my activity as required, as needed to meet my commitment. And then they get to choose. Sitting down with each people one-on-one, I choose to make the 853 commitment at the following level. Full-timer, once a week. Career-minded part-timer, I will complete 8531 every 2 weeks. Serious part-timer, I will complete 8531 once each month. Spare timer, I will complete 8531 once every 2 months. And then the commitment. I understand this is my business and my commitment. I am committed to building my business based on the time frame I've chosen. I will hold myself accountable to do whatever it takes to complete my commitment. I also understand that by successfully completing my commitment over time, my life may be positively changed forever. And then the individual signs it. Does that make them do it? There's never been a commitment sheet in the history of the world that has made a person do anything. But what it does, it helps solidify that commitment. It puts it in their mind, and they give that commitment sheet to you. And now you've got something to sit in front of them with if they're not doing it and say, look, I'm not the one that told you to do this. I'm not the one that said I was going to do it. You said you wanted to do it. It's not happening. Let's talk about why. You're a coach. When you give an athlete, a coach gives an athlete an assignment and they don't do it, and they didn't run the play the way you trained them, you don't just ignore it. You get with the player. You talk about it. You look at the game film together, and you coach that athlete and how to get done what it is they want to do. So hopefully this will be something that will be helpful to you. And here's, if you want a copy of this information, and this is a real risk right here because I don't know where this is going to go to. This recording will be up until I replace it with a new session. I'm not sure when my next session will be. My next session will be Success at the Kitchen Table. 8531 happens at the kitchen table. But the getting people to the kitchen table. So I've got an incredibly powerful presentation called Success at the Kitchen Table. And here's the thing. What is keeping you from the kitchen table? That's the question you have to answer. You as an individual and for your teammates, what is keeping you from the kitchen table? If you answer that question, if you identify that question, what's keeping me from the kitchen table, and then you answer that question and solve it, your business can explode. And in that session, I talk about what the number one reason is people aren't at the kitchen table, how to deal with that, and how to deal with all the other aspects and make the kitchen table powerful. I'll be announcing that webinar sometime in the near future. Until that point, this webinar will be up for you to view or for your teammates to view. If you want to email me for a copy of the commitment sheet, the 4 Minutes to Financial Freedom, and a depth chart, which I did not have on here. A depth chart allows you as the coach, it just gives you a little chart to help you analyze and evaluate your people and where you think they will be. They may not all go there, but it kind of allows you to group the people where you think they'll fit, so that when you meet with them and challenge them, you can kind of challenge them to the level you. If you think they're really undershooting their capabilities, be a coach and challenge them. One of the quotes that impacted me a lot from a book that was an early formulated book in formulating my life and ministry and business was Dedication Leadership Techniques by Douglas. I'd been out of print for years. But the statement was, give a big challenge, you'll get a big response. Give a little challenge, you'll get a little response, and that's all you deserve. Thank you for joining me. I'm running a risk here to put my email up there. I don't know who's going to see this, who's going to ask, but I will do my best to get that information to you in a timely manner. And if you want to share this with your team, you can put this up, put it on your big screen through your projector, and let me help you train your team. So I hope this is helpful to you. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day. Go do something great in Primerica. 8531's the combination to unlock the dreams, to for your life and your family in Primerica. Go make it happen. The combination lock's in your hand.